Let's begin with something simple. What is focus? Focus means keeping your mind on one thing for some time. It's like holding a small candle in your hand. When you hold it still, the light shines clearly in one direction. But if you move it too fast, the flame shakes and the light disappears. Your attention works the same way. When you give it time, it grows stronger. When you move it too quickly, it breaks apart. Now think about the world we live in. Every day, your phone, your computer, your TV, all of them are asking for your eyes, your ears, your time. Messages, videos, pictures, sounds, they come again and again. Each one is small, fast, exciting. They make your brain feel busy even when you are doing nothing important. You might think, I'm just checking for a few seconds. But each small moment steals a little bit of your calm. After many hours, your mind feels like it's been running, even when your body is sitting still. Why does this happen? Because your brain loves new things. Every time you see something new, a new post, a new picture, a new message, your brain gives you a tiny reward. You feel a soft yes inside, a little spark of pleasure. That's because of a brain chemical called dopamine. Dopamine helps you feel motivated and curious. It's not bad. It's part of how you learn. But when your brain gets too many of these small rewards, it starts to lose balance. It begins to want more and more, even when you don't really enjoy it anymore. It's a bit like eating candy all day. At first, it tastes sweet. After a while, you don't even feel the taste. You just keep eating, hoping to feel that first sweet bite again. Your attention works the same way. You keep searching for something new, but each time it gives you less joy. And slowly, your ability to stay with one thing, to read, to study, to listen, becomes weaker. You might notice this in your daily life. You open a book, and after one page, your hand moves to your phone. You watch a video, but your mind is already thinking about the next one. You start a task, and before finishing, you remember something else you must do. It's not your fault. It's how your brain has learned to survive in this noisy world. It is simply reacting, chasing the next little light, the next small sound, the next quick reward. So, what can you do? The first step is to understand this truth. You cannot fight your brain. You can only teach it slowly, with patience. Focus is not something you force. It's something you grow, like a small plant. If you give it space, water, and care, it becomes stronger. If you pull it or rush it, it breaks. Focus grows best in peace, not in pressure. So before trying to be better, give yourself kindness. Say to yourself, I am learning to focus again. Your brain has not lost its power. It just needs rest and gentle training to remember what deep attention feels like. And that's where we begin, by understanding what focus truly is. Not a perfect line of attention, but a quiet, living thing that needs your care to grow. Let's look more closely at what really happens inside. Not only in your brain, but in your daily life. You wake up in the morning. Before your eyes are fully open, your hand reaches for your phone. You check messages, maybe open social media, maybe watch one short video. It feels normal. It feels small. But your day has already begun with noise, not silence. After that, you try to study or work. You open your notebook or your computer. But your mind is not calm anymore. It's already jumping, searching, waiting for the next thing. Even when you sit still, your thoughts are still moving. Then, when you can't focus, you feel bad. You say to yourself, why can't I do this? What's wrong with me? You blame yourself, and that makes you feel more tired. You lose confidence. And sometimes you even stop trying. This is something almost everyone feels today. You are not alone. Many people around the world are struggling with the same problem. We live in a time when our minds are full. Too full. Think of your brain like your phone. If too many apps are open, the phone becomes slow. It doesn't mean the phone is broken. It just needs to close a few apps, clear some space, and rest. Your brain works in the same way. It needs quiet time to clean, to organize, to breathe. But when your brain is full all the time, with information, messages, and pressure, you start to lose something very important: peace. Without peace, it's hard to stay with anything, because focus grows from peace, not from stress. Let's talk about feelings for a moment. When you feel calm and safe, your mind opens. You can listen, learn, and connect. But when you feel rushed, worried, or afraid, your mind closes. It starts to protect you, to move fast, to escape. That's why stress makes it hard to focus. And it's not only about technology, it's also about how we live. We try to do many things at once, multitasking. We work, check emails, reply to messages, and think about tomorrow all at the same time. But our brain is not made for that. Each time we switch tasks, our brain uses energy to change direction. That's why we feel exhausted, even if we didn't do much. There's another reason, too. Something emotional. Many people today feel disconnected from others, from nature, even from themselves. We are always connected online, but often feel alone inside. When you don't feel connected, it's harder to care deeply about what you do. And when you don't care, it's harder to focus. In psychology, there is an idea called the self-determination theory. It says that we focus best when 3 needs are met: freedom, competence, and connection. Freedom means you feel that you can choose what you do, not just follow orders. Competence means you feel good at it, that your effort makes sense. Connection means you feel linked to others, that your work or learning matters to someone. When one of these is missing, focus becomes fragile. When all 3 are missing, focus disappears. So if you can't focus anymore, maybe it's not only because of noise or your phone. Maybe it's because something deeper in you feels lost: your freedom, your confidence, or your connection. And that's okay. This is not something to be ashamed of. It's something to understand. Because when you understand it, you can begin to heal it. You don't need to fix everything at once. You can start by creating small moments of quiet before your day begins or before you sleep. Moments when you are not a student, not a worker, not a person who must do many things, just a human being, breathing, resting, listening. Your brain will thank you. Your heart will thank you. And slowly your focus will come back, not as something you chase, but as something that grows inside your calm. Now that we understand what is happening inside your mind, let's talk about how to change it. Gently, kindly, and slowly. First, remember this truth. You don't need to fight your mind. You don't need to force focus. You just need to guide it back, again and again. Focus is not about control, it's about returning. You lose focus. That's normal. Everyone does. The difference is in how you come back. When your mind runs away, you have 2 choices. You can get angry and say, "Why can't I concentrate?" Or you can smile softly and say, "Okay, I lost focus." Let's begin again. That small moment of kindness makes a big change. Because when you stop fighting your mind begins to trust you again. Let's make this idea simple. Think of your mind as a small bird. It flies away again and again. You can't hold it tight. It will be afraid. But you can open your hand, stay calm, and wait. When it feels safe, it will come back. Your focus is that bird. You don't need to chase it. You just need to make a safe place for it to land. So, how do you build that safe place for your attention? Let's look at 3 small, gentle practices you can begin today. One small goal at a time. Most people try to focus on big things. I will study for 2 hours. I will finish this project today. But the brain doesn't like big mountains. It likes small steps. Try this instead. I will study for 10 minutes. I will read 1 page. I will write 1 paragraph. When you finish, take a deep breath and say to yourself, I did it. That's how you teach your brain that focus brings peace, not pressure. After some time, 10 minutes becomes 15. 1 page becomes 3. Your mind learns to stay longer because it feels safe there. 2. The digital pause. You don't need to throw your phone away. You just need to make small, quiet spaces in your day without it. When you start your work, put your phone in another room, or at least 5 meters away. If that feels too hard, begin with 5 minutes. Tell yourself, for 5 minutes, I will stay with this task. Even a small break from constant noise helps your brain breathe. It's like giving your eyes a moment away from the bright light. You'll notice that the first few minutes are the hardest. Your brain will say, check your phone. Just 1 look. But if you wait, that voice becomes quieter. This is how you train your attention. Not by force, but by patience. 3. Mindful breaks. We often believe that focus means working non-stop. But your brain needs rest to stay sharp. After every 25 or 30 minutes, stop. Close your eyes. Take a slow breath. Notice 1 sound around you. That small pause resets your brain. It tells your body, we are safe. We can stay. And when you open your eyes again, your focus returns more naturally. Mindful breaks are not lost time. They are the moment your brain regains its energy, like a deep breath before swimming again. Now, let's put it all together. Focus grows from small, quiet choices. When you choose 1 small goal, when you give yourself a digital pause, when you take mindful breaks, you are teaching your brain something powerful. That calm is more rewarding than chaos. Slowly, your mind begins to change. It starts to prefer deep peace instead of quick pleasure. And that's how true focus returns. Remember, this is not about being perfect. You will lose focus many times. You will get distracted. But that's not failure. That's the practice. Every time you bring your mind back, you are getting stronger. Every time you choose calm instead of speed, you are creating a new habit, a new brain path. Focus is not something you are born with. It's something you build, moment by moment, choice by choice. So the next time your mind runs away, don't fight it. Just smile, breathe, and gently call it home. Let me tell you a story. It's a simple story, but maybe it sounds a little like your own. A few years ago, I was working online every day. I had many plans, many dreams. I wanted to learn new things, read more books, and finish my projects. But every day felt the same. I sat in front of my computer, and somehow the hours just disappeared. I told myself, I'm just checking 1 message. But that 1 message became 10. Then I watched 1 short video. Then another. At the end of the day, I felt busy, but empty, as if my energy was spent, but my heart was still hungry. I thought something was wrong with me. Maybe I was lazy. Maybe I wasn't smart enough. But the more I tried to force myself to focus, the more I felt tired, guilty, and lost. One evening, I decided to take a walk, without my phone. It was quiet outside. The air was soft and cool. At first, it felt strange. I kept thinking, I should listen to something. I should check something. But there was nothing to check, just the sound of the wind. I walked slowly, listening to the world again. The sound of my steps, the leaves moving above me, the rhythm of my breath. And something surprising happened. After a few minutes, my thoughts began to slow down. The noise inside my head started to fade. I felt lighter. For the first time in weeks, I was simply there, not running, not scrolling, not rushing. That night, I understood something. Focus is not something you find in a book or an app. It's something you create moment by moment. It grows in the space between two distractions. It grows in silence. Since that day, I started to make small changes. I began each morning with 10 minutes of quiet. Sometimes I just sit and breathe. Sometimes I write one short sentence. What do I want to give my attention to today? And that small question changed everything. Because every day we give our time and energy to something, to work, to people, to screens, to thoughts. But when you choose with awareness, your focus becomes your friend again. There's another story I love, an old one. It's about a monk who carried water every day from the river to the temple. He used 2 pots on a stick across his shoulders. One pot was perfect. The other had a small crack. Every day, water leaked from the broken pot. The monk felt sad. He thought, "This pot is useless." But one morning, he looked along the path where he walked. On the side of the cracked pot, small green plants were growing. Flowers were blooming all along the way, watered by the drops that fell each day. The monk smiled. He realized something simple and beautiful. Even what is broken can give life. Even our distractions, our small mistakes can become lessons, if we look at them with patience. You see, focus is not perfection. It's presence. It's coming back, even when you lose your way. It's learning to see beauty, even when you're not perfect. So, when you feel that your focus is gone, don't punish yourself. Just stop for a moment, look around, breathe. Your attention will return. Not as something you chase, but as something that quietly comes home to you. And maybe, like that monk, you will notice small flowers growing along your path too. The gentle signs that your focus and your peace are finding their way back. Let's take a quiet moment together. You began this episode with a question. Why can't I focus anymore? And now you know the truth. You can't focus, not because you're weak, but because your world is loud. Your mind is tired, not broken. It's simply asking for care, for peace, for a little more kindness. Focus doesn't grow from pressure. It grows from calm. It grows from silence. It grows when you choose to slow down, even for a few minutes each day. So the next time your thoughts run away, don't fight them. Just breathe. Gently bring your attention back to one sound, one word, one breath. That small act is where focus begins again. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to come back again and again. Because each time you return, you're training your mind to trust you. You're teaching yourself to find peace in a noisy world. Today, choose one small moment of focus. Maybe read one page. Maybe listen to one song without touching your phone. Maybe just sit in silence for 1 minute. That is enough. That is how focus grows. Quietly, slowly, truly. You don't need big words. You just need open ears and an open heart.